Congressman. Our next speaker, Colonel Mike Johnson. He's the new director of the Warrior Veterans and Family Readiness Service Support Directorate for the Washington National Guard. Prior to this assignment, Colonel Johnson has held a variety of military positions, both enlisted and officer. Highlighting his numerous assignments, Colonel Johnson was the Washington Army Guard's recruiting and retention manager and personal director. Additionally, he has held several command and staff positions within the 81st Combat Brigade. In 2005 and 2006, he was deployed to Operation Iraqi Freedom, where he served as a Multinational Force Iraq's, MNFI, First Personal Recovery Center Director and General George Casey's Chief of Operations. For these duties, Colonel Johnson received the Bronze Star Medal. Colonel Johnson was born and raised in Spokane and is a graduate of Eastern Washington University. He received his MBA from City University, Seattle, and a Master's in Strategic Studies from the U.S. Army War College. Colonel Johnson and his wife Donna reside in Steilacoom and are proud parents and grandparents of 3 grown children and 2 granddaughters, and 1 more on the way. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Mike Johnson. I did.
Originally showed me the my bio that he just read, and he scratched my family off. I said, hey, you scratched my family off. So thanks for adding that back there, especially the grandparents. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. So, hey, I left most of my speech under that chair right there, so I'll be brief. In fact, I asked my cohort Morgan what I should talk about. She said about 10 minutes. So I'll try to keep it under that. But I wish the congressman was still here, because I would personally thank him for all that he does for veterans, all that he does for the National Guard. He is a champion, and we are so lucky to have him working for us every day. But good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What an honor it is to be here today. Major General Tim Lowenberg, our Adjutant General, my boss, sends his greetings and joins me in thanking the men and women of the IBEW Local 42 and, pardon me? 46. Are anybody here from 42? Thank you. Sorry, Brett. And NECA, National Electrical Contractor Association. I get that right? Okay. Well, thank you. In particular, a special thanks to you, Brett, for correcting me, and but more importantly, your leadership in putting this all together. This will serve as a model for both the J9 and all the things that you do. Congratulations to you folks for your good work, and your families supporting you, and your instructors. Very well. Job well done. This is truly a collaborative effort, bringing together labor and management, South Seattle Community College, Bates Technical College, and our friends from WorkSource. Together to support veterans under the motto, honoring our veterans who serve faithfully, helping them to achieve a prosperous future. As we approach Veterans Day, I take this opportunity to thank all veterans here today, and a special thanks, and Brett highlighted it, a special thanks to our Vietnam vets. I always try to highlight that at every talk that I give. Can anybody, if you're a Vietnam vet, could you raise your hand, please? Okay, we've got a couple of folks. And while all veterans are important, I particularly single out the Vietnam vet, because the Vietnam vet said, you will not treat this generation of veterans like we were treated. And they are embedded in business and industry and government to ensure that our veterans are taken care of, and I thank you very much. And while I'm here to thank you folks and all the soldiers, Marines, sailors, airmen, Coast Guard folks, in particular, I represent the National Guard. And I'm proud to be a Washington Guardsman. I'm proud to represent 9,000 of your fellow citizens that are Guardsmen, both Air and Army. Just a basic understanding of the Guard. It works under 3 conditions. First of all, it serves you as citizens so that our governor can call us out at any time for the typical floods and fires and emergencies. Second of all, we go across the border to other states to help them. For example, Katrina or the Southwest Border Mission. And of course, as we well know, we, when called, serve the President of the United States in a war zone. Recently, our 81st Brigade just returned, approximately 2,400 soldiers. Served very well. It's their second rotation. And among that group of soldiers are soldiers that have served sometimes 5 tours, both as active duty servicemen and reservists. So you can see we've taken 9,000 people and are using them over and over. Now this is where I depart from my notes, and it's easy for me to talk about and it's easy for me to condense. We owe you as citizens a resilient, stable, and available National Guard. 9,000 isn't a lot of folks, and at sometimes we've deployed up to a third of that force overseas. 9,000 folks are here to serve you as your humble servants to respond to crisis. So it's important that the J9 team, the team that I just took over, bases its work on building resiliency, stability, and availability. And I break that down by saying resiliency, and that's what we're here today, right? You're participating in making our folks, whether they're National Guardsmen or our veterans or our active duty folks, resilient people. You're responsible for helping them to build strong families, families that have health benefits, families that have good paychecks, skills that you build that build a career. That's resiliency. My team is made up of job coaches, family programs, veterans outreach, psychological services, the whole gamut. So we build resiliency in our soldiers. The next step is stability. We take soldiers that can show up to their unit, be dependable soldiers, that unit commanders and their senior NCOs can look at those folks and say, you're here to be trained, and you're here to be ready. And finally, availability. The Adjutant General of the state of Washington, the National Guard, owes you an available force ready to go out the door at any time. We work for those things, and we work with our partners, such as our electrical contractors, our VICE program, and that is the building block on which we will build that partnership with government, nonprofits, small business, big business, to provide our soldiers good jobs, good benefits, and provide you availability when you need it. And finally, I thank you all for your support, whether you're a citizen or you're participating in this great program. Thank you. I wish you the very best as we come up on our Thanksgiving. I think we truly all have a lot to be thankful for. I always remember the 5 F's: my faith, my family, my friends, my fellow professionals, and living in a fantastic country. We'll rebound from our economic woes. We'll be stronger. Thank you for all that you do for our folks, and God bless you.